Yes. The Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's Donkey of the Day today?
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Friday, March 21st goes to the Board of Trustees at the University of North Carolina for denying tenure to the MacArthur Foundation Genius Grant-winning, Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Nikole Hannah-Jones. Dropping the clues bombs for Nikole Hannah-Jones. Oh, the mayonnaise is heavy with this one, okay? If you don't know who Nikole Hannah-Jones is, number one, you need to read more. And number two, you need to read the 1619 Project. What is the 1619 Project? Well, it's simply the truth, okay? It is the honest-to-God truth about America's history and the enduring consequences of slavery, okay? The 1619 Project simply examines the legacy of slavery in America. And you know as well as I do that nothing has historically pissed off white supremacists in America than a Negro who is telling the truth, especially the truth about America, and I spell it with 3 Ks. Now, remember back in April, the University of North Carolina announced that Nikole Hannah-Jones would in July join the Hussman School of Journalism and Media as the Knight Chair in Race and Investigative Journalism. I mean, has there ever been a person more overqualified for a position? You would think Nikole Hannah-Jones would be a no-brainer to get a tenured position, but not when it's us versus white supremacy. Would you like to know why she didn't get the tenured position? Let's go to the Hill for the report, please.
The University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, did not approve tenure for New York Times Magazine journalist and the 1619 Project lead author Nikole Hannah-Jones after conservative groups complained about her hire at the school, the NC Policy Watch reported Wednesday. The dean of UNC's Hussman School of Journalism and Media, Susan King, told Policy Watch, quote, "It's disappointing. It's not what we wanted, and I'm afraid it will have a chilling effect." Hannah-Jones was recruited for the Knight Chair in Race and Investigative Journalism, which at the UNC Chapel Hill campus is typically a tenured position.
Typically a tenured position. They didn't give Nikole Hannah-Jones the tenured position because of pressure from powerful conservatives. That's just the truth to the matter, okay? People like Mitch McConnell who say things like, 1619 is not one of the most important points in American history. 1619, the year the first enslaved Africans were bought to and sold in Virginia, the beginning of American slavery, which essentially was the beginning of America being the economic powerhouse it became. How is that not an important date in American history? Mitch McConnell and 38 other Senate Republicans went out of their way with all the other things going on in the world to target Nikole Hannah-Jones and the 1619 Project and wrote a letter to the Education Secretary to ban the 1619 Project and demand that it be removed from federal grant programs. Let me tell y'all something, America, okay? Especially black America. When they fight this hard to keep you from something, run to it. When you see old white men, especially politicians, trying to bury something, run to dig it up. Okay, you all should be downloading the 1619 Project podcast right now. You should be Googling 1619 Project to find it and read it because they are trying to keep the truth from the American people. Because as the late, great Maya Angelou once said, if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going. Okay, you can't really know where you are going until you know where you have been. And it is a damn shame that the Board of Trustees at the University of North Carolina is being complicit in making sure this country doesn't get to where we need to be. Okay, Board of Trustees at the University of North Carolina, whether they realize it or not, you're blocking the liberation of black people, which is keeping this country from moving forward in a positive direction. Because I've told you a million times with the silly finger pointed at you, ain't no good gonna come to America until they do right by black people. Do you know why they really don't want to tell the truth about the history of America? It's simple. They don't want us pushing for what's owed to us, and that's reparations. I really feel this is just about business. This is about economics. If America learns the true history of America, then people start questioning things. And when people start questioning things, they start changing things. And the last thing America needs is all races, genders, and sexualities unifying behind the cause of black people truly getting what they deserve in this country, which is reparations. Because as my sister Angela Ross says, we built this joint for free, okay? My daddy used to tell me, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book. When you hear stories like what the Board of Trustees at UNC is doing to Nikole Hannah-Jones, you realize why they made it illegal for black people to read and write. And not only are they trying to suppress the true history of this country, they're trying to discourage future Nikole Hannah-Joneses. Okay, they don't want black people telling the truth. You know how sick they are that God shined his light on Nikole Hannah-Jones, had her win all those awards, brought all this attention to the 1619 Project, exposing so many folks to the truth, and now they want to attempt to make an example out of her to scare any other Negro out there into not speaking truth to power. I don't see how we ever going to defeat white supremacy when we have folks like the Board of Trustees at the University of North Carolina bowing down to white supremacy. Hey, Board of Trustees at the University of North Carolina, okay? You should be accomplices to what's right, not what's wrong, okay? Conservatives, I thought y'all hated cancel culture. I thought y'all hated folks silencing y'all. This feels very liberal snowflake-ish, as y'all say, conservatives. Okay, I thought y'all was the tough ones. You can't handle a little truth from a black woman, huh? Y'all need to stick to the plan of giving her a tenure, okay, Board of Trustees at the University of North Carolina instead of the fixed 5-year terms as professor of the practice, especially when usually that comes with a tenured position, okay? Salute to all the faculty and staff at the University of North Carolina who is calling out the Board of Trustees and standing up and saying this is wrong. God will bless you for telling the truth and shaming the white supremacist devil. Please let Chelsea Handler give the Board of Trustees at the University of North Carolina the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. That is way too much Dan mayonnaise.
Now, do you all feel like having a petty party this morning? This is going to take some time out of your day. You're going to have to RSVP, but it will be worth it, okay? Listen to me. Get a pen. Pull your phones out. Put this in. Everyone go to bot.unc.edu. That's bot.unc.edu. That stands for Board of Trustees. Go there and go to membership and email all those people and tell them get on the radical black truth side of history and not the white lie side of history. You can go to, bot.unc.edu, go to membership, and you'll see the whole Board of Trustees at the University of South Carolina. It's a whole lot of mayonnaise and one sister. I can only imagine what she goes through dealing with all of these folks. But yes, go there, email all of these people. Richard Stevens, R. Gene Davis, David Bullock, Jefferson Brown, G. Monroe Colby. Just go there and email them and tell them to get on the radical black truth side of history and get away from the white lie side of history. Do that today, all weekend. Okay? Salute to Nicole Hannah-Jones.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day. Now,
Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.